परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानन्द 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 परमशिवोऽहम्
आनन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. Nityanandam, welcoming all the Sanyas initiates for this beautiful orientation session. So, yesterday we gave an exercise to all the Sanyas initiates of what is the responsibility that you want to take, or what is the responsibility that you feel that you should hold as a sannyasi. So, how many of you did this exercise, thought about, and wrote down the responsibilities that you would like to take up? Can you wave your hands? Okay, wonderful. So, we told all the initiates to write down the responsibilities that you would like to take up, the responsibilities that you think that you want to take up as a sannyasi, now that you have taken responsibility not just for yourself but of the whole world. What is the responsibility that you would like to carry? You can all write down. And also, today we'll be discussing about a very important topic of sannyas. We discussed about the integrity, authenticity, responsibility, and enriching, the four tattvas. where, just to remind all of the initiates, integrity is the word that you, fulfilling the word that you give to yourself and others, and experiencing a state of completion with yourself and everyone around you. So that is integrity. Authenticity is you expanding yourself to the highest version of yourself, whether it is the inner image that you carry, or the outer image that you project, or the life image that you carry, or the other's image, what people perceive about you. In all of these four images, maintaining or expressing the highest state of consciousness, the highest inner image that you can carry. I am Paramashiva. Carrying this in all four of your images. That is what is authenticity. Responsibility is you feeling that you are the source of everything happening in and around you, and operating from that space that you are the source of everything happening in and around you. And enriching is basically sharing this integrity, authenticity, and responsibility, and the truths of Swamiji to the whole world. When, as a sannyasi, when you live all these four tattvas and the five vows of Satya, Ahimsa, Asteya, Aparigraha, and Brahmacharya, when you continuously live all of this, the next part of the whole sannyas orientation is the three main parts of a sannyasi's life, that is, the Guru, the Linga, and Sangha. And in this, of course, the Linga represents Paramashiva himself, and the lineage, the Sanatana Hindu Dharma itself, the lineage of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, that is what is represented by the Linga. And the Sangha, of course, is Kailasa. Kailasa in terms of your own ecosystem, and the whole Kailasa that Swamiji has created for all of us. And the Guru. The Guru is, of course, the most important part of our lives. For us, fortunately, we have the living Guru, the 1008th incarnation of Paramashiva, our beloved Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and holding, embodying, and radiating the Guru in your every thought, in your every action, in everything that you embody and you represent. So, the Guru, Linga, and Sangha is one of the most important parts of a sannyasi's life. Not just knowing what the Guru, Linga, and Sangha is, but even defending the Guru, Linga, and Sangha. For example, if somebody is abusing the Hindu temples, or someone is abusing the Guru itself, or someone is destroying the Sangha, that is Kailasa, you standing up for the Guru, Linga, and Sangha, and continuously you feeling that the Guru, Linga, and Sangha is part of you. So, how many of you understand what is Guru, what is Linga, what is Sangha? Can you wave your hands? Okay, wonderful. So, the Guru, Linga, and Sangha continuously, these are the three things that we as sannyasis hold most dearest in our inner space. That is the temple, the Hinduism itself, the Kailasa that has manifested, and the Guru himself, who is the embodiment of the Linga and Sangha. And holding these three continuously, any decision that you take. For example, if you think about whether what are your priorities, your first priority, your utmost integrity is towards the Guru, Linga, and Sangha. For example, if somebody says that, let's say there is a temple, and somebody wants to demolish the temple, and they say that I will give you $1 million as a compensation, but I want to destroy this temple. This actually happened. In fact, it happened right in Kashi when they were making the Kashi corridor. Basically, for those who are not in India, they were actually creating like a highway, and to create the highway, they had to demolish the temples or houses, whatever came in the way. And these temples are not just temples that are made in the past 10 years, in the past 20 years, but these are temples which are hundreds of years old. And the officials came and told us that we want to demolish your temple. We will give you a few lakhs or few crores in compensation. Can we destroy your temple? At this point, if somebody who does not is not a sannyasi, if they are swayed by the greed or swayed by the fear, they will say, okay, I have a few crores, i can I can build a new temple somewhere else. But they do not understand the sanctity of the temple. It is This is just one example. It's a very big example. But even in the day to day life, let's say that you are in the normal temples. Nowadays, the temples don't function as a temple itself. Instead of doing the rituals as per the agama, rituals as per the what is given in the Vedas and agamas, they just for the sake of money, or for the sake that, let's say, a VIP comes to the temple, they just quickly show an arati and they send them away. And the temple has, from it holding the Vedas and Agamas, being a space where people can come and learn the Vedas and Agamas, it has become more like a museum where people pay, the person does the archana and sends them away. So, this is why we as, we as sannyasis need to protect Hinduism, protect the Guru, protect the Linga, and protect the Sangha. Otherwise, all of us can see right in front of our eyes, whether it's the temples of Hinduism, or whether it's the kingdoms of Hinduism, or whether it is the adhinams of Hinduism. Everything is just becoming so fake, so superficial, and finally just getting demolished. Another example is the concept of yoga. Nowadays, people are taking yoga and saying that they can do beer yoga, they can do, uh, and they started commercializing yoga instead of keeping the authenticity of the yoga as per Hinduism. Some people even stopped linking yoga and Hinduism, trying to show as if yoga is something different, Hinduism is something different. So, this is why we as sannyasis need to hold the every single aspect of Hinduism to its highest authenticity and defend Hinduism, whether it is the Sanatana Hindu Dharma. And this happens not just to go on a protest in the street or go against the people who are going against Hinduism, but it starts in your daily life. In your daily life, when you do not do the yoga authentically, or when you do not chant the mantras, when you do the daily pada puja, this is where the as Bhagavan Sri Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, yogo nashtah parantapaha, which basically means that the as time goes, the authenticity of the values starts decreasing. And you yourself would notice this. Let's say the first, when you started doing yoga, you did the 12 components, whether it's the pranayama, the visualizations, the mantras, chanting in chanting it in your inner space, doing the yoga asana properly. You would have done yoga maybe for 10 days or 15 days, then you just start getting bored, you start getting tired, you start just doing the yoga quickly and say that you want to move on to something else. You see that not just in the outer world where Hinduism starts depreciating, or the values and authenticity of Hinduism starts going down, but even in your daily life, your own spiritual practice, you start reducing the authenticity day by day, whether it's the yoga or whether it is even the puja that you do. Every single In every single way in your personal life, only when you practice authenticity in your personal life, you can actually stand up for that same authenticity when it when it comes to the guru, linga, and sangha. So now, before we go to the next segment, let us see a short video of Swamiji where Swamiji expands about sannyas.
Then you better use me as a beauty parlor. Come and have a little scratching, tinkering, and do makeup, and put little lubrication, and go back to the society and be in the rut. Yes.
That's why I was asking, I mean, is there not a third option where I don't have to go back to the rut,
Sorry?
I don't have to dump all the memory.
And all right, I'll make that kind of a cut for you. Yes. Now I'll customize it for you. But you need to have a guilt in one corner. You are not having the whole thing what you can have from me.
We come here to get
That's
rid
the
of
card.
guilt.
Yes.
See,
Come on.
not to be disrespectful again. I know you have immense knowledge. The things
No,
you
no.
talk-
Can you get
Okay,
keep the
get to
mic
the point.
closer?
The point is this. Temple. The way that the program is projected is that you come and you attend the 21 inner awakening. Swamiji does whatever he does, and you're able to come back and live in society in a more unclutched, blissful, happy life.
Yes.
But when I come here, you're asking me to give up society, give up this, give up family. It's like there's a disconnect between what's being told to us when we're there, and then when we come here, you're looking for sannyasis. You know, and I mean,
All
okay,
right.
I want these
See,
things.
no, what I am saying, whether you go through this session or don't want to go through this session, you will have the promise given in the temple. That I will fulfill, don't bother.
Okay.
The promise given in the temple is marketing department promise. I will fulfill it. I will not. You will not.
Now you're giving me a guilt trip.
See, what?
I mean, I want it, but I still want to be
See,
able
what
to
I am
live.
saying, see, the marketing department promise is fulfilled even today. Even today, if you don't go through this program and escape and go back to your house, what they promised in 21 days is already done to you. You will see your life will be different.
Okay.
Blissful, no doubt.
Yeah.
I am taking you beyond bliss. See, in the marketing department, we give only the marketable products. Means you will become socially more happy, healthy, and all that. So it is like a life solution part. That only you can understand. We can talk in public. But now, after you spending 11 days with me, you can think or understand this guy knows little more than life solution.
Yes.
So then, if you are interested in the zones where I am specialized, I am calling you to that zone.
But you have to take the risk of giving up whatever you were before you came.
And that's where, you see, now, you see, what promotion has been done.
Yes.
That promise I will fulfill, even now I am promising. Even if you don't go into the zone, see, there is actually two zones. The life solution zone, where I make you physically healthy, mentally stable, and emotionally happy, blissful, and send you back to society. You live a happy, married, blissful, the social, economical, wealthy, healthy life.
Right.
So that part only we talk. It's a life solution part. There is another one part which we can't speak. The part of the mystery. The mystery side are the deeper dimensions of consciousness and life. You understand?
I understand what you're saying. But
That now today I am inviting you to that part only through this session.
and there's no way.
Now, no, even if you don't come into that part, no problem. Even if you don't do this today's session, tomorrow's session and whatever you have done last 11 days and what you are going to do next 10 days will fulfill more than what we promised you in the temple. No problem. But I am teasing you by opening one window. There is something more. Shall we see the game? Yes. Hey, there are many things I am putting as option only. That's why I told very clearly when I started, it's an option.
Yes. So, as Swamiji beautifully said in the video, sannyas is that part where you start transitioning, actually, not just the way that Swamiji relates with us, but even the way that we relate with Swamiji. It is you stop seeing Swamiji just as a god or just as some third person, but you start seeing Swamiji as your own guru, as your own companion. Like how we talk to Ask Nityananda, for example. If all of you use the Ask Nityananda AI, how you talk to Ask Nityananda, it will you'll talk the same way to Swamiji himself, because he is no more a third person or just your ideal, but you start receiving as a sannyasi of the sovereign order of Kailasa, you start receiving visions, you start receiving the sacred truths, you start receiving the various powerful cognitions on a day to day basis with Swamiji. So, no more it is, and this is your relation towards Swamiji, and Swamiji's commitment to you when you take up sannyas increases multifold. And you yourself would see whether it is in your ability to do the power manifestation, for example. You will see that the power manifestation starts increasing multifold when you take up sannyas than when you were just a devotee. Same way, in every single aspect of your life, you'll start seeing that when you are a sannyasi, everything starts manifesting multifold. How many of the sannyas initiates can feel that once you took up sannyas, it is you start experiencing everything more intense, you start manifesting more and more in your life? Can you wave your hands? Okay, wonderful. And also the even the viewers on YouTube and the various social media platforms, you can also share in the comment section. Of course, even if you are going to take up sannyas or you are already a sannyasi, you can share on social media. So every single aspect of your life starts becoming more intense and starts becoming more authentic when you take up sannyas. For example, before sannyas, you would maybe you would feel that there is so much of stress just in your family life, whether it's your parents or whether it's your relatives, they are putting pressure on you. But after taking up sannyas, you will see that even if the whole world is accusing you or is saying that you have taken the wrong path, this is not the path for you, and this is maybe just some temporary aspiration that you have, but you will come back to the householder lifestyle, you will see that even if the whole world is against you, but you will see that your intensity does not waver, your integrity to the lifestyle of sannyas and being a sannyasi does not waver. And that is the power of sannyas. That is the willpower that consciously expresses in you when you are a sannyasi. So actually, I want all of the sannyas initiates to write down. Please take a paper and a pen and write down what are the practices or what is the sankalpa, the daily sankalpa that you are committed to adopting in your daily life as a sannyasi. What is the sankalpa that you have daily that you have adopted after becoming a sannyasi? Whether it is adopting the lifestyle of nirahara or adopting the lifestyle of doing yoga daily, or whether it is, of course, the five verbs and four tattvas are, it is not needed to be said. But apart from the five verbs and four tattvas, what else have you adopted after taking up the lifestyle of sannyas? You can write down. You can also share in social media, and the initiates can share on Zoom. What are the practices you have adopted to increase your competence after you took up sannyas? It can even be the practice of instant completion, not allowing anything to bother you and instantly completing with the person or situation. Or let's say the you have dropped anger in your life, not allowing the emotions like anger, fear, or any other emotion to affect you in your life. So what are some of the practices that you have adopted after you took up sannyas? Yes, one viewer is sharing that, do I need to practice the five vows to be a sannyasi? Yes, of course. Yes, five vows is one of the fundamental aspects of sannyas, which is satya, truthfulness, asteya, non stealing, non coveting, aparigraha, which is not exploiting the system for your own comforts, brahmacharya, which is living the life that Swamiji is the life current in your system, and ahimsa, which is not hurting yourself or anybody around you. So these are the five vows, and it is not a rule or it is not a bondage, rather, it is the fundamental truths that when you are sannyasi you need to express, so that you make sure that any action that you do, any thought that you have, is always aligned for the fact that you do not live for yourself anymore, but you live for the whole world. So, as a sannyasi, to hold the sacred values of sannyas, that is why we have Paramashiva has blessed us with these five vows to keep us in integrity, to keep us authentic to the lifestyle, to make sure that, and automatically, actually, when you practice the lifestyle of sannyas, you will see that you cannot even lie, you cannot hurt anybody, and you start automatically living the five vows. Yes, we also have another viewer messaging that, where can I become a sannyasi of Kailasa? Do I need to come physically to Kailasa, or do I have a Kailasa near me? The You can take up Apat Sannyas, which is the first level of sannyas, where even at your home you can you can start training yourself to be a sannyasi. And you can also reach us at ecitizen.info/Kailasa. You can see the link on social media. You can click on that link, and once you fill out the intention form, we have our sannyasis who will contact you and guide you on how you can become a sannyasi. Yes. So I hope all the sannyas initiates have written down what are the practices that you have committed in your daily life as a sannyasi. And as we were discussing, the life of a sannyasi is continuously enriching yourself and others. So, how many of you I had told about all the sannyas initiates to start enriching more and more sannyasis. How many of you have started enriching more sannyasis? Can you raise your hands? Okay, wonderful. And actually, the more and more you enrich for others for taking up sannyas, the more and more you will see that even within you, the truths, you start actually living the truths that you start sharing. And that is why enriching is more and more important for yourself. Because the more you enrich, the more Swamiji flows through you, the more Swamiji flows through you in your words, in your thoughts, the more and more that you remind yourself of those powerful cognitions. For example, the other day, Sanyas uh, as someone who was aspiring to be a sannyasi, they were asking me about whether it is when they become a sannyasi, what if they are incomplete, and what if they're not able to enrich others and they themselves need support? Will there be someone to support them? Will there be someone to raise them? What if they fall into depression as a sannyasi? They were comparing it to like the outer world, where, let's say, if you're married, if one of yourself is depressed or is down, the other person will help raise you. And that person was asking me, if I'm a sannyasi and if I'm down, who will raise me? First, I was telling them that it is a sannyasi himself or herself can never be down, because we do not have the luxury to fall into incompletions anymore. Maybe maximum a few seconds is the only time that it is the time for us to immediately restore ourselves and to become active again. Because as a sannyasi, you have given your whole life to enriching others. And every second, whether it is you taking the as an acharya taking the Paramashivoham or other program sessions, or whether it is you having the various responsibilities in your departments, in your ministries, or whether it is you, for example, even if you're an organizer in the Kumbh Mela, continuously you are contributing to people. So there is no luxury anymore for you to brood over the incompletion or even fall into incompletion. and you won't even have time to be incomplete. Of course, I'm not saying that incompletions don't happen, and I'm not saying to that if you're a sannyasi, you have to just bury it inside, cover it, and continue on your day. When you are a sannyasi, the first thing is you have Swamiji with you. And it is not just the Swamiji who comes, and you do not relate to Swamiji just as someone who comes and gives the satsang and goes away, but it is the Swamiji who actually gives you a vision at every single time, continuously molding you, guiding you, and as Swamiji says, that shaping you constantly, shaping you to the best version, the most authentic version of yourself, chiseling you. And that is what the Guru does. And especially only when we are a sannyasi, we have that intimate opportunity to explore that dimension of Swamiji, that intimate dimension when you give him the full 100% power to work on you and to make you enlightened. And there is no more social conditioning or societal conditioning or um, what any other restriction, and there's no barrier between you and the guru. And that is when the most intimate happening, the most intimate relationship happens with the guru, that he is able to actually work on you, to remove your patterns, and to continuously mold you, to make you enlightened yourself. And that is the beauty of sannyas, where it is no more just like, let's say, a 21-day program where you come to the Parameshwaram program, you attend the program, and during the 21 days, everything is beautiful, life is beautiful. But when you go back, you have to again bear the burden of the fakeness of the Maya matrix, or whether it's your relationships or whether it is your family. As a sannyasi, you have none of those things that distract you from your true purpose of living the five vows and four tattvas, and living the life of enriching, continuously contributing yourself, contributing to others, and seeing how you can be a channel for Swamiji to flow through you. Yes, sorry for the technical glitch. So, when you are a sannyasi, automatically 24 by 7, you start making yourself available to the people, you start making yourself available for Kailasa itself. How many of you are, especially the sannyas initiates, how many of you can see the number of patterns that are there in you has drastically reduced after you took sannyas? Can you wave your hands? Yes, wonderful. Because when you are actually a sannyasi, when you take up the lifestyle of sannyas, no more you brood over your incompletions, or no more you give power to your incompletions, because you know that your life is no more for yourself, your life is for enriching the people, and your life is to contribute to Kailasa, and of course to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. So I also want to actually share a personal experience of when Swamiji told all of us to take up the any project in the Gurukul, whether it is when we took up the temple, or when we took up the project to even mentor the Adinavasis, or whether it is the project to teach the power manifestation or go on a world tour. Every single project that Swamiji blessed us, and when we took up these projects, it is literally out of that inspiration that what can we do to see a smile on Swamiji's face? Whether it is the alankar when we used to do when even now when we do the alankar for the deities in the temple, and we know that the only place where Swamiji sees and is absorbed in bliss is at the temple. When Swamiji looks at the deities, when Swamiji bows down to the deities, and seeing the widest smile in Swamiji's face when Swamiji sees the deities is our goal. And it is not just in the temple, but in or in Alankar, but in every single, even the projects that we take, whether it is the power manifestation or whether it is the enriching and causing that we do, continuously the context that we hold inside our inner space is what can I do to bring a smile in Swamiji's face? And that is the deep devotion that we have to the Guru, to build that feeling connection with the Guru and center our whole day, center our whole inspiration, not out of fear or not out of greed, but out of that inspiration to see the smile on Swamiji's face. And that is when you become a sannyasi, when you take up the lifestyle of sannyas, that is the inspiration that you hold. That is the feeling that you hold, that it is no more you any action that you do, it is completely without bothering about the result or bothering about what people might think of you or what society might think of you. And that is what is the most intimate aspect of sannyas is the guru, linga and sangha. Especially you can actually see that the guru, linga and sangha are not three different entities. Of course they are unique in their own ways, but the sangha is just a manifestation of the guru. And when you're a sannyasi, your sangha is the ecosystem around you. And Swamiji has told so many times that when you feel you need to become authentic, even if you feel that Swamiji is not there 24 by 7 physically by your side, you have the Sangha, you have the Kailasa ecosystem around you, which guides you and res- which is a direct form, resemblance of Swamiji himself. And that is why when we take up sannyas, we hold not just the Guru. Our commitment is not just to the Guru, it is for the Guru, Linga, and Sangha. That is the Guru, the Kailasa, which is the Sangha, and Nityanandeshwara Linga, which is the representing the Sanatana Hindu Dharma itself, Bhagavan Paramashiva himself. So that is the commitment that we give when we become sannyasis. And that is why, whether it is the feeling connection with the Guru, feeling connection with the temple deities, and even feeling connection with your own Kailasa is so important. Many people start thinking that, oh, we understand that Swamiji is Paramashiva, Paramashiva Swamiji, but I cannot see my ecosystem as a representative of Swamiji. I cannot see my ecosystem as a manifestation of Swamiji. But you should actually see that when Swamiji says, when the Guru says, at every single time when you want to restore yourself, When you want to bring more and more authenticity to yourself, tell the other people in the ecosystem to align you. And that is why collective integrity is so important, because collective integrity happens when you are in oneness with the Sangha also. It is not just your integrity with yourself or your integrity with your Guru, but your integrity with your Sangha is also as important as the other two. Because when you are integrated with not just yourself, when you're integrated with the Sangha, automatically the Sangha makes sure that you are integrated. How many of you have seen this in your daily life where when you feel that you have some inauthenticity in you, you have the Sangha around you, which makes sure you don't fall into more and more incompletions. You don't, you make sure that you are always radiating Paramashiva. You can wave your hands. Yes. And all of us know the power of Sangha. Even when you're a devotee, the Sangha is, the Kailasa is the one that holds you to maintain your spiritual integrity, your integrity to Swamiji, your integrity to the values. And especially when you're a sannyasi, the Sangha is the one, because you need to make sure that you are in collective integrity, because it is no more that you yourself are traveling alone path to enlightenment, but it is you being a part of the whole Kailasa, and together the whole ecosystem goes towards the vision that Swamiji has given, goes towards the experience that you are Paramashiva in your day to day life. And that is why, actually, to share an experience that happened in Gurukul, whenever we used to do the power manifestation, we used to sit in a whole group, and Swamiji used to initiate us. It used to literally be that every day Swamiji used to come and sit in the swing in the courtyard, and Swamiji used to just announce that today we'll be manifesting the power of levitation, or manifesting the power of materialization, or the powers of length, breadth, and depth. So one day Swamiji came and told that today we'll be manifesting the power of consciousness over matter. And Swamiji started explaining about how consciousness is more powerful, is on a higher scale than matter. Matter is only gross, it has only length and breadth, but consciousness is beyond just the length and breadth dimensions. And Swamiji was explaining, and Swamiji initiated all of us into the power of consciousness over matter, and all of us got the coconuts, and we started manifesting the power immediately. One balasant had made the coconut move, and then immediately after that, the every single other balasant started manifesting the power of consciousness over matter. And that is the power of collective integrity. And it is not just the power manifestation of consciousness over matter, but any power. When Swamiji initiates, when one balasant catches it, automatically just mirroring that biomemory, bioenergy, all the balasants start manifesting. And that is the power of the ecosystem itself. Because all of us know that when we are alone at our home, the level of authenticity that we carry, or even the space that we carry inside ourselves, is not equal to having a sangha, having a kailasa around you. And that space is nothing but the space of Swamiji himself. So that is why all three, the Guru, Linga, and Sangha, all three are important in the life of a sannyasi, because you are the one now that will be creating ecosystems. All the sannyas initiates, all of you will now be creating each ecosystem in your areas, and you need to make sure that you hold the ecosystem as the same as you hold Swamiji himself. And that is when the collective integrity will happen. That is when you will start seeing the various expressions of whether it is you taking responsibility for the ecosystem or the ecosystem taking responsibility for you. It starts going in a virtuous cycle where you hold the ecosystem in integrity and the ecosystem holds you in integrity. How many of you are understanding that the Kailasa is as sacred as the Guru himself? Can you wave your hands? Yes. So it is, there is no differentiation, there is no difference between the Guru and Sangha, because both are one and the same. Automatically, when you start holding the Guru, Linga, and Sangha in your life, you will start seeing as a sannyasi that everything in your life becomes more and more smoother. Everything in your life, you start seeing that you yourself become more integrated, more authentic, more responsible, and enriching yourself and others continuously. So, with that, I would like to ask another question to all of the sannyas initiates. How do you intend to start building your relationship with the Guru? Like I shared about the experience as Balasans, when we used to see Swamiji coming to the temple, we used to build our relationship with Swamiji by doing the Alankar, being more creative in the Alankar, and we used to actually guess what style of dress that Swamiji would wear and come. And in that same style, we used to do the Alankar for Swamiji's deities in that same style. Or if Swamiji came with a turban in the previous day's darshan, we used to replicate that same turban in the next day's Alankar. And that is how we used to play with the deities, and Swamiji used to be so happy. Swamiji would come and give corrections, blessings. Of course, sometimes Swamiji would educate us on the best way, the correct way of doing the Alankar. So, this is just one example of how we started cultivating that relationship with the Guru. So, today, as we are talking about the Guru, Linga, and Sangha, I wanted all the participants, all the initiates to share how you are going to cultivate this feeling connection with Swamiji. Whether it is, of course, through the seva that you're doing, or whether it is through the responsibility of your ministry or your department, or whether it is just you having the intention. How are you going to cultivate, consciously build your relationship with the Guru? All the initiates can write down. We have a few minutes before we come to the end of today's session. So write down in detail. Maybe this few minutes might not be enough, but even after this session gets over, write down in detail how you are going to consciously start building your relationship with the Guru, your relationship with Swamiji, whether it is through the projects or through the vision that Swamiji has given you, or through the responsibility that you are taking, how do you intend to start building your relationship with the Guru? As when you are a sannyasi, that is the most important relationship that you carry is your relationship with the Guru. Because finally, he's the one that is there for guiding you in this path of sannyas. So, write down in detail how you are going to expand, how you are going to cultivate this relationship with Swamiji. As I was saying about when we were in the Gurukul, and whether it is the Alankar is just actually one aspect of us building the relationship with Swamiji. But like that, in every single aspect, all the context that we used to have, or we even now we have, is whatever we do should be aligned to how we can make Swamiji happy or bring a smile on Swamiji's face. And that is the context with which even the big responsibilities that we take as sannyasis, that is the context what we hold. It is because for us sannyasis, we do not run behind money or name and fame or any other emotion. And it is only the Guru, Linga, and Sangha that we hold in our inner space. And actually, Swamiji told a beautiful story about how when Swamiji was in the Ramakrishna Mutt, in the Ramakrishna mission, at that time, Swamiji was, when Swamiji first came to the Ramakrishna mission, Swamiji was only a minor. He was not even a major. And when Swamiji came to the Ramakrishna Mutt in the first month, Swamiji used to be so active, whether it is in the temple, in the Goshala, in the department work. Swamiji used to be so active that people started actually talking about Swamiji, the older sannyasis, the older Maharajas started talking about how Swamiji is so active, and slowly in the next month, Swamiji, and just in a few months, even the president of that Ramakrishna Mutt, the Ramakrishna Mission, noticed about Swamiji and called Swamiji and made Swamiji even the secretary of the president of the Ramakrishna Mission. And this is just this this just shows the amount of activism, the amount of integrity, the amount of authenticity that Swamiji had in the Ramakrishna Mission to just selflessly do the seva for the people, for not bothering about the result or not bothering about anything else, but just having the complete integrity and no sense of the personal comfort or any personal vested interests or personal desires not being affected by any of these external factors or incompletions, and just constantly contributing, contributing, contributing to the society. And as sannyasis, this is one thing that we should hold in our inner space, that no more to give the power or no more to give the importance to our own comfort as a sannyasi or to our own incompletions, and to be ferocious with ourselves, and only when we are ferocious with ourselves, being ferocious with others around us who are inauthentic or non integrated, and aligning them back to integrity and authenticity. And that is the space all of us should hold as sannyasis. No more giving importance to our comfort or our incompletions. No more us consciously deciding to let go of our comfort, to let go. Swamiji actually said that we should start thinking, that we should start cognizing that comfort is a bad word, where we as sannyasis stop consciously cherishing the idea of comfort, cherishing the wrong ideas of then the wrong thought currents of comfort in our lives. So, with that, let me just reiterate the question to all of the initiates. All of you can write down how you intend to cultivate, how you intend to manifest that feeling connection with the Guru. So, with that, we are coming to the end of today's sessions. Do any of the participants, sannyas initiates, or the people watching us on social media, if you have any questions, you can write it down now in the Zoom chat or on social media. You can put your questions. If not, so let's do this homework and come back tomorrow, where you write down how you intend to begin your relationship with Swamiji. So, with that, let's come to the end of today's session. I request all of the participants to please settle down, please sit straight. We'll be finishing the session with the Purna Mantra. Please sit straight. Place your hands in the Atmanjali Mudra and close your eyes. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tatsat Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nityananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu Om Nityanandam.
I welcome you all with my love and respect. Let you all open all your three eyes.
Om Nityananda Paramashi